Welcome to round number 4. We did our very best. Wow. If this isn't just a hallmark match.
This is
so we knew
what
our
we've done.
We knew our friend on the right, Ricky Allaer, was playing a Grixis deck, assuming just from stereotyping Ricky, we assumed he'd be playing some sort of slow version and we might see a Jace from him. But we had no idea that he was playing against the indomitable Tristan Molina.
The what?
Indomitable.
Indomitable.
Playing a Jun deck, and this is just, you know, the two new big bad boys on the block.
They're the two prettiest bells of the ball.
Yeah.
But I think one of them would not make very good wife material.
Alright, so we're looking at a couple of bells, but no waifus.
One waifu.
One waifu?
Yeah, there's one of them worth putting a ring on, and it's not a Bloodbraid elf, sad to say.
Sure. Couple of tap lands get a start, and oh man, that's the first one we've had on camera. It's not in play yet, but it's there.
Robert had one in his hand at one point.
Oh, did he?
We just barely caught a glimpse.
You didn't point it out to me.
Oh, sorry.
That's like seeing.
I didn't know that was my job.
Well, no,
Bob
listen.
turned 2.
If we're, if there's a bald eagle flying overhead, I expect you to say, "Hark! A bald eagle flies overhead."
No, I would just salute and a single tear would go run down my face.
Because of the eagle, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like you're prone to crying fits.
Not prone to crying fits.
I am.
Well aware. Ricky going for steam vents, mayhaps.
Steam vents, blood crypt. Can't get a field of ruin.
Watergrave. Basic island. Where we at? Blood crypt.
There we go. Getting it all in line. Here's Ricky's shuffle.
Shuffle spectacular, really.
Yeah, it's a shuffle.
Well, here's an opt. Little opt. We're gonna opt to put this one probably on the bottom.
Yep, that was a basic island, so
Don't
you're gonna push
island.
that.
Speaking of push,
Did you find one? There you go. That's the card he needed
here.
here.
Another Jace off the top. All right, so if we don't see a Jace this game, we're never gonna see a Jace ever in our lives.
Maybe just the fact that he's in the format is enough to warp the format.
The threat of Jace.
Yeah, just
so
like
the best Jace decks run 0 Jaces.
Yeah. Like you just don't know whether your opponent's gonna have a Jace or not. Oh, that's a hoot.
Hooting Mandrills.
Verdant Catacombs down.
You want to talk about a card that's not very good against Jace?
Hooting Mandrills?
Hooting Mandrills. Pretty embarrassing.
All those delve threats pretty awful against the Mind Sculptor.
Agreed.
So Ricky's hand is Jace Terminate and a Mana Leak. So I imagine
we're gonna leak this. Get it out of here.
he's gotta crack this fetch land, but we're okay with that.
Now that the shields are down, I would imagine we're going to see a Jace turn 4. If we didn't play this Mana Leak and he only had 1 Jace, I could see him waiting, but...
Yeah, since he has another one.
Yeah. And depending on what the draw is here... Oh, that's a Dreadbore, not a Terminate. Draw is an opt.
Yeah, I would just be...
So, yeah, I think we're on Jace Fate Seal. And here we go, folks.
Here it is.
Somebody,
I asked and I shall receive.
Somebody get that dice off of here. How many counters does that thing have? Get it out of here.
Oh, he's brainstorming.
Brainstorming's fine.
Oh,
there
I
we go.
I want a Fate Seal, but...
Fate Sealing's better. Brainstorming's fine. He has another Jace in hand. So if this one just eats like a bolt, it's not the end of the world.
Is it?
No, it's not the end of the world, actually.
Okay. So when we say Brainstorm versus Fate Seal, this +2 ability harkens back to the days that there was an ability called Fate Seal in the Time Spiral
You
block.
said harkens an awful lot today.
I concur. And what Fate Seal did was it was scry, but for your opponent. Like, you got to scry on your opponent's deck. So that's what we call that Fate Seal. Obviously, Brainstorm is the 0 ability.
How about this? Bloodbraid into Dreadbore on the Jace?
Wow.
Smell ya later, nerd. Why is it exiled?
So the second ability is Brainstorm. Third ability returns a creature.
It's not exile. It's just in the graveyard. Put it there.
Yeah, just...
Third ability bounces. Fourth ability just ends the game. Exiles their library.
Shuffles his or her hand in the library. I don't think I've ever seen it go ultimate.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it bad news?
Bad news bears.
I don't think you want to cast another Jace here. I think keeping your options open. Opt. You've got Bolt and Dreadbore in hand, so you can handle some attacks.
Yeah, I would plan on cleaning this up a little bit. Like, you don't want to cast Jace into a Bloodbraid on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Because then you're just going to have another Bloodbraid coming next turn.
Yeah, just wait for it. Ricky's should show some patience here.
Did he play a land for a turn already?
Yeah, he's on turn 5. I
might Dreadbore then.
Dreadbore the Bloodbraid Elf here?
Yeah, it's not the best play. But
I can't... Oh, he's going to go for a Jace. Opie... Did he... Oh! And he's going to Brainstorm again. See, I think he's underestimating the power of the +2.
Yeah, I mean, so the Brainstorm ability is the better ability for sure. I would have probably planned on doing Jace next turn and then just bolted or Dreadbore the Bloodbraid Elf, and they got an end of turn. See,
well, here's another Bloodbraid Elf. He's got a bunch of different arts going on here.
See what the cast is cool. This time. Nope. Nope. Yep.
Thoughtseize target you.
We have to bolt in response. It's awkward, but...
Do you bolt just one of them in response?
Yeah. So it's awkward because he has a Raging Ravine, and because if he split his attacks, then you could kill whatever one was coming at Jace.
Right.
Now you just take the Dreadbore? Might take
I think you take the Dreadbore.
Inquisition.
I think the Inquisition, sure. Yeah, Bloodbraid gets Jace down.
Now, if you were here last week, we have the Field of Ruin for the Raging Ravine. That's not... That ain't bad.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we're gonna Field of Ruin now because we know it's on top.
Right, we want to resolve this opt effectively or optimally. If you're gonna go there, let's go there. I'm not afraid of it.
I went all the way.
You're messing around,
boy.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, getting rid of that Raging Ravine is a big deal. I think we're gonna see the value of Field of Ruin just skyrocket. Not like the financial value, but like it's a very strong card already. I think it's just going to get better and better.
Yeah, it really kind of reached its limit. I mean, can a standard uncommon be more than $5 these days?
We're going to find out real soon.
Makes me want to sift through all my standard stuff and find them all.
Colgan's Command is a draw. We don't have a creature in the graveyard, which is a little bit awkward.
Field of Ruin is a $5 standard uncommon right now.
This is a true statement.
Here's a Liliana. We're going to negative to roll off 2 and get back a Bloodbraid Elf.
Yes, we are.
Well, man, if we didn't see him before, we're seeing him now.
Yeah, just an army of elves.
Bloodbraid Elves, Jaces. We're seeing all the big boys. All the boys we wanted to see. So I think Ricky is holding a Colgan's command.
Yes, we could go discard, kill the Liliana Last Hope, or kill the Bloodbraid.
Discard, finds a land.
Not the greatest. I guess we can just Dreadbore this Lily. But we still need to find an answer for the Tarmogoyf and the Raging Ravine then. Not looking good for Mr. Allaer.
No, I'm wondering where the... Oh, sure, so... Spider Monkey figured it out. He's got a Creeping Tar Pit that can come at Liliana and still have mana up to Dreadbore the Tarmogoyf.
Oh, nice.
So that's 2 targets down. Or does he not have enough black?
Yeah, only the 2 black sources. And here's the Bloodbraid. Back to pressure some more.
Yep. Oh, here's... Yeah, sure.
Just
The best possible.
It's not the best possible.
Which one would you rather have?
Colgan's command to deal 2 and get back my other Bloodbraid elf. Duh.
You got me.
Duh.
Alright, so here's Creeping Tar Pit at Liliana. It doesn't matter unless he has a removal spell on hand, a Lightning Bolt or something.
Snapcaster would be very good here.
Snapcaster Bolt would be excellent to get...
Snapcaster Bolt would kill the Bloodbraid and...
No, it kills the...
Raging Ravine.
No, you let him attack. Bolt the Raging Ravine, block the... Oh, sure, you said the same thing. I'm an idiot.
Just give me an I concur.
Well, say something to concur with.
I just did, and you tried to correct me even though I was right, so give me a gosh dang I concur.
I concur.
Thank you.
That's what I did.
Thank you. What is this cord? We've got a cord.
We do.
It's kind of framing the shot like drapes.
It's calling a little bit.
Not really.
So I have no idea what's in either of these sideboards. I imagine Tristan doesn't want his Fatal Pushes, so he'll just take anything to replace Fatal Push.
So there's usually like another discard spell in the sideboard of Jund decks. I don't know how Tristan's built his, but
right,
that's a decent selection here. Usually you'll have like a Surgical Extraction, which isn't awful. It's
no, not the worst thing ever.
It's a solid choice. The way I sideboard this matchup usually, and by this matchup I mean Jund versus Grixis, I want my discard when I'm on the play if I think they're playing Ancestral Visions.
Okay.
Because getting rid of that card, like if they play that card on 1, it's going to be a very hard game.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on the draw, I don't want them at all, which is a little contentious. Obviously,
it seems it seems really hard, yeah, because you've got 6 at least in the main deck,
right?
And so, like, finding 6 cards that are operative against this Grixis deck is, you know.
I was just gonna say that the Grixis deck, or controlled now, you probably want to keep Thought Seizes in so you can snipe Jaces, but then you just take the Inquisitions out.
Okay. Yeah.
And it really depends on how your sideboard's built. I got to imagine there's another Dreadbore in there, maybe a Maelstrom Pulse.
Yep.
Both good answers for Jace.
This is just me thinking aloud. So when you build these Jund decks now, you probably want 4 Inquisitions, 2 Thoughtseize, so that you don't accidentally cascade into something that's dealing you 2 damage.
You don't have to cast it. You can just put it on the bottom.
I think this is the second time we've had this conversation.
It is. But you want more Thoughtseizes now. I think you want 4 and 3.
Okay.
Or 4 and 3 and 3 or 4 and 3. One of the 2.
Sure.
Yeah, I think Jace is very much what the modern format is currently built around, and if you are playing a discard spell that can interact with that, then what are you doing?
Right.
Inquisition's still amazing. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Inquisition, but we're going to need those Thoughtseize.
Yep.
Dust them off, boys.
Yeah, so I think Tristan had like the best possible cascades, or not the best possible,
No,
very
the
good,
best Come on.
very good
Do not challenge me.
cascades on those Bloodbraid Elves. So that no matter what Ricky did with those Jaces, he wasn't going to,
Yeah.
they weren't going to stick around that long.
That's correct.
But I still would have fate sealed him both times.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, so the first time, you had to think he would have an answer.
So
I mean,
the first time I like brainstorming. The second time I like fate sealing, but I prefer on the second time to wait a turn, clear up the board. Then
and then cast the Jace, sure.
Yeah. Just seems a lot more safe.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna see. This is the kind of thing where like watching people do it is valuable. So as the better and better players play this on the SCG tour every weekend, and you get to like see, many iterations of different board states where you're playing Jace into the board state or holding Jace on that board state. You're going to see better and better Jace play. It's only going to get harder to beat these decks.
Absolutely. And Ricky with Spell Skite out of the board. How do you like that one?
That one's solid. I mean, here it is. Spell Skite on turn 2. I don't know that I love it on turn 2. Maybe if Tristan went down on if he definitely took out his fatal pushes for sure, you're more than happy to have the Spell Skite in.
Yeah, so depending on how Tristan's deck is built, usually you saw like a combination of fatal push and lightning bolts in like total of 6. If that's the case, then probably has 4 bolts, 2 pushes, so taking out the 2 pushes isn't the end of the world.
Ricky has kept Blood Crypt, Field of Ruin as his opener.
He is really leaning on this Spell Skite.
Here's Goyf. Ricky did not draw a land on that turn.
Instead, opting to draw a Mana Leak, was it?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like it. Multiple Jaces. It's not really going to matter all that much. I think this Spellskite's going to get outgrown or just simply removed this turn.
More fetching.
I think that means we got a Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah. Cut. There's a Bloodbraid Elf spinning the old wheel. Liliana the Last Hope.
That's a good one.
Yep, not a bad one.
So now you get to shrink. This is the power of Lily in the Last Hope. You get to shrink this Spellskite, and then both of your guys get to come in. You can't profitably block.
Right.
This is just all the savagery.
Yeah, the savagery-est. Doesn't make any sense. Here's the blue land. Let's see if Ricky can play catch-up.
This might be just too much.
He's got a Spellskite facing down Liliana the Last Hope, a Tarmogoyf, a Bloodbraid Elf, and Tristan having hit all of his land drops.
And spoilers, Tristan has double bolt in hand.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So, I think we need to start with a Dreadbore on this Lily so that you can profitably block the Bloodbraid Elf and take 4.
Mm-hmm. Ricky's going to go all the way down to 11.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, he's got to do this to keep all his spells active for himself.
Yeah. Like, basic island wasn't going to let him catch this Dreadbore.
Right. And he had to have the blue to cast the other spells in his hand.
So I think Spellskite's a pretty solid inclusion on the sideboard to combat Dreadbores, which you're going to start seeing more of thanks to Jace. Alright, so now this Goyf is bigger. I think it's like a force. I think it might be a 5. So you have Planeswalker, land, creature, instant, sorcery.
Planeswalker, land, creature, instant, sorcery. Yeah.
So it is a 5/6.
He's going to take 4 here. Bolt finishes off Spellskite.
What happened? That Bloodbraid Elf is still alive.
Bloodbraid Elf's still living. And here's another land. That's good omen.
So he's got...
Too little, too late. Especially if this Bloodbraid Elf was still where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So we have a Bloodbraid Elf on the battlefield, not in the yard. Don't know why it's in the yard. Doesn't make any sense at all. Unless he tried to bolt it.
Yeah, sometimes...
He just, like, misclicked in Moto. It's like, I'm going to bolt this. I'm going to bolt my own Bloodbraid. Oops.
I've been playing a little bit more Moto recently to,
Snapcaster?
yeah, sure, Dreadbore. That's solid.
It's a start.
And it's just a constant fear that I'm just going to drop a game because I just, you know, act like an idiot. Here's Raging Ravine.
Alright, so we're taking 3. Gotta block the Raging Ravine here, right?
Is 3 the same as 2?
Yeah, because he's playing bolts. Alright, welcome to the 2.
So unless this Invocation is just the best card in the universe...
It's Cryptic Command, which you can now cast.
Okay.
So, bounce a Raging Ravine.
Tap your team. It's like...
You get to survive, and then if he gets another land, he can Snapcaster.
Cryptic Command.
Do it again, and then play a Jace. Slowly creep back into this. I think Tristan just has a bolt in hand.
He might just have 2 bolts in hand.
We'll use one on a Spellskite. Thought sees you. So you can still do the Cryptic Command plan here.
Is it return a permanent?
Yes.
Okay.
So tap your team, balance the Raging Ravine, still a valid play. But if Tristan has like a Bloodbraid Elf, then you're in bad shape.
Yeah. Tristan, if he tries to mana leak it, and then Tristan just says okay and has a land, you're dead.
What?
I'm just saying, I don't. Ricky's thinking about mana leaking this. So if he goes for the mana leak, Tristan just lets the mana leak resolve.
He's thinking about.
And then plays a land and just.
Bouncing the Raging Ravine and drawing. To try and get a bolt? Or a push, maybe? But push doesn't do it, actually.
No, yeah, he would have to draw lightning bolt specifically.
Alright, so the tap and bounce is the only operative mode here. And there it is.
Alright, so he's going to bounce that, draw a card.
Counter bounce.
Oh, counter bounce.
And there's the
bolt.
bolt.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Still.
Shortest path to victory, still with all the Jaces.
Alright, so we saw some Jaces. We saw a lot of Bloodbraids that match.
Yeah, man. And Bloodbraids beat the Jaces.
Bloodbraids did beat the Jaces here. I don't think that is going to be the case, but
tonight it was.
Case tonight. So Sell all your Jaces immediately and buy as many Bloodbraids as you can.
Yeah, they're gonna go through the roof. Just $25 Bloodbraid Elves.
$30 Bloodbraids. $5 Jaces. You heard it here first. Sell, sell, sell.
You're gonna send your kids to college on Bloodbraid Elves.
Yes, absolutely. And they'll learn about the economics of Bloodbraid Elves in college.
I'm gonna learn about more Hot Modern action on Tuesday night next week.
Yes.
But before then, don't be left out in the cold. Tomorrow we've got Standard.
Yeah, Standard's sweet right now. I know this is a Modern stream, and we don't talk about Standard a whole lot here, but Standard is in a sweet place right now. I think it's a really good format.
Uh-huh.
I think there's plenty of exploring to do, both
Figuratively and literally.
And so I'm going to do some exploring, mostly figuratively, tomorrow. And maybe you'll catch me on camera. Maybe you'll catch this guy on camera.
Yeah, I should have some time tomorrow. I can, brew up a new... I want to try all the iterations of red decks before, I land on one. Thursday, then, comes back around to Modern with our friends Adam Olds and Robert Meadows.
Yeah, and remember, show up on Thursday. Give Robert Meadows all the hell about still playing Narnum Renegades in his deck.
Yeah, man. And then on Friday, come back for our Modern F&M. And then, before you know it, it's going to be Tuesday again. You get to come hear our melodious voices.
Yeah. Do it.
So until then, I'm Taylor Gunn. This is the handsome John Douglas. Sitting
Later.
next to me. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Oh, check that out. They snapped the followers off.
That's pretty cool.
The new followers from...